Hello, 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 Virgos. Welcome, welcome. I'm still here, guys. I'm still here. I'm still doing good. My leg is doing, oh my gosh, it's been a rough week PT wise. So, for those of you that are brand new, you're like, what the heck is she talking about? My name is Patty, and I'm an empath that is doing your intuitive tarot. But I also do astrology and numerology along with that. I find it's really, really important to gather all the energies. And for those of you that are new, you don't know, I had a knee replacement done on the 10th of March. And so it's only been 2 weeks. So my reading I'm doing today is the 25th. So, yeah, PT was really, really hard yesterday. So hopefully we can get through all these readings today and give you some really good energies for what you're supposed to be shooting for in the future. All right. I love my Virgos. I love my Virgos. I'm a Virgo, so I'm a little partial, right? But for those of you who are brand new, I'm going to pull 3 oracles. The oracles are going to be, the first one is for the divine. The divine is asked to have an oracle. It's like, hey, you always leave me out. And you ask me all these questions, but you leave me out. But the reason is that the energies he wants you to focus in on for the week, for the future, those kind of things. The other thing, too, is we all have things we need to work on. So the divine is saying, hey, I need you to work on, I need them to work on these. I need you to work on these. So some of them I have to also. So that'll be the divine's card. Then the second card will be for the current energies. Current energies are for the 29th. Hey, Star, welcome, welcome. The current energies are for the 29th through the 4th of April. Can you believe it? We're in April. Oh my gosh, I just cannot believe it. So the thing is with this week, so there was a full moon. There's going to be, if you're watching this before it's happening, there is a full moon on the 28th around 2:05, something like that, p.m. And that energy is going to be carried through. Sorry, I'm waiting for the UPS guy to come. I sold a saddle and he was supposed to come this morning and he didn't. So hopefully he won't come in the middle of this reading. I'm praying. So anyway, it is about the full moon's energies on the 20th is moving. So this is the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th. Tomorrow starting, you're going to start feeling those energies ramping up. And then from the 29th and through probably the 2nd of April, you're going to feel those energies as well. And it's in the moon of Libra. So this is a good moon. This is about relationships. This is about sensitivity, however. So you guys have to really pay attention to using your words, how you body language talks, because somebody is very sensitive and they're going to pay attention to that. So with that full moon, we'll see what happens with that. And I'm just picking up on the charts and stuff for the full moon. So we'll definitely get that as we go. And what I can infiltrate for this reading. But I am going to do a reading on the 28th for the full moon. However, I don't know what time. So if you're not subscribed and you haven't hit the button, you might want to do that if you want to watch that. Only because I'm not sure. It's just my leg. It's all about my leg and how much pain I can take with it. So just have to subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll know when I'm on. I'm going to try to put up a thumbnail maybe tomorrow, but I can't guarantee it because tomorrow I have a very packed day with PT and my new sewing machine's coming in, guys. This honkin' sewing machine. I'm trying to think of a name for it. I should have everybody do a contest. What's the name? I'll show you a picture of my sewing machine and then you can say, pick a name for it because I have to have a name for it. All right, so let's get started. This is about you today. So the divine's card for the day is, now I think he did this before with Virgos, and maybe Star, you can share with me if he did. The Wind Fairy. So, and again, that's numerology number 2. 2 being that it's either going to bring something together or it's going to separate apart. It is about your thoughts, words, and your intellectual analysis. Again, Virgo, right? It is a very Virgo energy. I swear Virgo's had this. He must be trying to copy and repeat these. Again, the planets and not only the divine is talking about our thoughts and our words and the process that we use in trying to make sure we hold our tongue, not hold our tongue. Watch our body language, especially with the planets. because there is something coming in probably in this week. I'm going to say almost in the next 2 months, because we'll get into this a little bit later, but we're in spring. We're in the spring equinox. So this is not going to last just for a week. I'll be surprised if he doesn't have this come up more and more and more, or at least in the same relation, because this is, we've got the soil and everything ready for the garden. However, now we planted the seed. What are we going to do with that seed? How are we going to act upon that seed? How are we not going to act? Are we going to keep nourishing the soil so that it grows up, or are we going to choke it out and let it, not give it water, not give it food, or maybe let some weeds in, that kind of a thing, right? So those are things to think about. Again, it's the number 2. So that is definitely important that he's trying to share us. You're either going to bring something together or you're going to separate something. Really pay mindful on how you're going to do that. And the way you're going to do that is with your tongue. I keep hearing him say, the tongue is the weapon. The tongue is the weapon. Okay, I got it already. So the current card out for this current week is through the 29th, and the 4th is restriction. I didn't pay attention to this card until just now. And it's also about the number 8. This is our progress. This is our rewards. Are we going to pay attention to him, or are we going to actually ignore him? Are we going to restrict our tongue in our actions? Are we going to hold our tongue in our actions? Or are we going to just, I'm going to say whatever I want to say? At 61, let me tell you, I'm at that age where I understand why my mother thought she could say and do or anything. She goes, well, I deserved it. I earned that right. No, you didn't. You got to really still hold your tongue. But this is a restriction. Now, this might be another restriction for somebody else. Thank you. So somebody has an anger issue out there. I don't know who that is. Boy, that is going to be a really, really hard one for somebody, because to hone in that anger, that means that somebody is going to have to really do some deep soil searching, because that anger is derived from a foundation somewhere. Even if you get angry at your mate, whatever, it's that anger is it's a surface anger. There is something deep down that's causing that anger, or something that has happened repetitiously over and over and over to create that anger. And this is going to be really hard week for somebody. And especially within the planets, you guys, the planets are telling us, mind our tongues. So we'll see what happens there. Future energy. This guy's all right. He's okay. He's Merlin. My daughter loves Merlin. I don't know who this Merlin character is, but boy, in the games, I don't know, boy, she's just really into Merlin. So anyway, but Merlin, alchemy, justice, and balance. And the one thing, and that's a number 1. So this is new energy coming in. This is new balance energy. And again, that's what the full moon is. The full moon actually is going to be really hard, because it's going to really hard to balance, because we've got desire versus our values, our morals, and basically our needs. So there is this going to be a really hard thing to balance in April until we hit that new moon energy. Even though there's a loving relationship, sensitivity, kindness kind of a thing going on, there's still this like internal fight of desire versus what you really should do. So you really want something, but maybe it's not good for you. For example, if I'm teaching somebody in nutrition about sugars, we love sugar, but we know it's not good for us. So we have this desire versus this value of what we should be doing and the right things that are good for our body. This is what's going on with the planets and the moon. I'm telling you, big time, really big time, of what I can see in the charts already. And again, this is about, your thought process. Again, it is about your thought process. Can you be determined and strong enough to go through those desires and let go of that desire for now? Maybe something later. Maybe you can have a piece of cheesecake later or something. But right now, maybe you've got some physical things or illnesses or something that you really need to focus in on. And we need to work on that kind of a thing. That's just a hypothetical for whoever that is. However, this is where the balance is going to come into a problem, come in part of April. And that's the full moon energy. I'm going to say that's going to start. Thank you. So that's going to start happening around the 27th through that, definitely that first week of April. Somebody's going to really be fighting these restrictions, holding their tongue, things that of their desire versus their values. Get a notebook. Pay attention to that. I'd be really, really curious. Because remember I said that the full moon is, I said this before the first card dropped, is that this full moon is about relationships. It is about connections, and relationships could be friends, could be family, could be lovers, could be whatever, new partners, could be, you know, whatever it is. It could be coworkers, that kind of a thing. However, what you really have to pay attention to is how you're interacting in those relationships this month. If they're kind and gentle, or are you guys fighting back and forth all the time? Because here's the thing, if you guys fight, anybody who fights, I don't fight, never fight. I see no purpose in it because it doesn't get you anywhere. So it's time to go back and sort of reflect. But however, for those of you that do get in these really heated arguments, is that when you look at that, who is the one that's trying to be right? Because somebody's trying to be right in that argument, or standing up for a value issue or something like that. This is where this is going to come into play. Lover's card. First card out. First card out. So this is also too, we're just ending the mating season for the humans. Remember I said we're in a mating thing for humans. This definitely is for somebody, but no, too many cards. Thank you. So the thing is with this relationship, whether it's lovers or not, or a new couple or whatever, again, really pay attention to your arguing, be paying attention to your, what do you call it? Your perspectives of your perspective versus their perspective. Again, we talk about that a lot. And the reason why is because this wind fairy is staring me in the face, and she's talking about her thoughts. She's staring at me, and this intellectual analysis is going to have to come from the Virgo. I don't know who this relationship is with, which sign you're with, but it is going to have to come from the Virgo to step back and be the hermit and overlook and oversee. You're almost like you're going to be like the facilitator kind of a thing. And so this is where it's going to need for you to be really in thought before you speak. It's going to be in analyzing before you actually share an idea, help somebody, but you have to look at it from their perspective. That is the clincher of the whole thing. So like in coaching, for example, if this is a Virgo that's going to be doing this in coaching, I have to step out of my box and look at the other person 100%, because my journey is definitely not their journey. So when I look at that person, I have to look, communicate, think as if I was them. And that really, that's what you do in communication, to actually get out of all those fights and arguments. Now, do I agree with that person? Not necessarily. Do I go with them? Not necessarily. Do I understand them? I ask questions for more clarity. Okay. I ask questions for more clarity. This is don't we ask the divine? It's like, why are you doing this to me? Why can't I have this? Why? What is happening? We ask the divine all the time questions. So why wouldn't we ask somebody we're trying to communicate with questions? Anyway, so Knight of Pentacles is the second card out. Now, the Knight is walking away. The Knight is not walking to the lovers. He's walking away. He's walking away. Not only that, he's walking away slowly. And he's also got a message. Okay, I'll take these. Yes, okay, fine. He's walking away slowly. Oh, very nice. I like this. So remember, keep this in mind. The full moon in the back of your mind is all about being kind and gentle and loving and soft and that kind of a thing. But the thing is that these two are facing each other. So the world. Okay. Now there's two things that's happening with this whole relationship here. Boy, I see something. Now, this, don't forget, lovers could, this, in this relationship, yes, it could be a really relationship between two lovers, but it also could be a relationship. We have so many different love levels. This could be a relationship with anybody that you love. I love my daughter. I love my mother. I love my friends. I love blah, 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 blah. There is a love relationship here. However, something's going on that I want to say, I don't know if something's been hurt yet. We haven't found that out. However, when we have the world facing the Knight of Pentacles, there is something there that either needs to be completed and finished, or there is a pattern that keeps happening over and over and over again. I don't know what that is for somebody, but this, if it's for somebody that has a pattern, thank you. So what he's saying is this is a pattern of speech. So like somebody's saying, oh, you know, my life is just so hard. Oh, it always goes wrong. I would really want hope, but I don't have hope. That's a bad pattern. That's a speak and a thought pattern. This is what Divine's talking about. But that pattern needs to break. Okay. But also too, this is meaning that somebody's got something going on that needs to be completed. It's not going to happen like this though. It's going to happen slowly. Because for one, the person that is the pity party person, I'll call them the pity party person, it's going to take time for them to even realize what they're doing. Because a lot of the times they're in denial. And it's going to take patience on the Virgo side. Because I said that Virgo is the one that's going to have to communicate and come forth. It is time. Ye come forth. But it is your time. But it is going to take patience here. And it's going to be a give and take. Thank you. It's going to be a give and take. And the reason why that you're going to be helping this person, whoever this is, I don't know who it could be, even partly yourself as well, is that you love this person. You love this person. You care about this person. You want good for this person. You're about fed up with this person, though. They're pushing your patience. I don't know who that's for, but they're pushing your patience because you have something of truth. You have truth to bring to them to the table. And with that truth in their future, once this pity party person realizes what's going on, you're going to actually open up doors, and that balance is going to start to come back in their life because they're way off balance right now. I don't know who's off balance. Probably me. No, I'm just joking. However, they are restricting themselves for this in the middle. So they're restricting themselves by the way, their thought process again, and that's not me, that's the divine. Okay. So let's see what else is going on. But again, like I said, this is a person that you love and care for. This is you going towards them. I don't know what this is. Okay. Are these upright? Let me get the tower upside down. Doesn't mean their world is falling apart. Let me flip that though. It doesn't mean their world is falling apart. It just means that they want their life better. They just don't know how to do it. I had a friend years and years and years ago, scared the crap out of me, literally, because that dude, I talked to him for not more than a week, and he was telling who I was, how I was, what type of person I was. He had me pegged to the T, and that scared the crap out of me. Have you ever had anybody do that? But then as I got to know him, he was so full of himself. It was just like, wow, dude, really? Bye-bye. But no, he really did. It was probably the first person in my life that even could tell me even about my sexual abuse as a kid, that I never told him anything like that, or told him, he didn't know anybody that I knew. So it was really sort of an interesting relationship, not as friends, for a while there, because I wanted to see what he knew and how much he knew. Pretty interesting. He is an interesting guy, but he's really full of himself. All right. So we have the Emperor, we have the Eight of Cups, and we have the Page of Wands. Again, Wands is about communication. Message coming in. So this person's going to be coming towards you, Virgos. I don't know who this is for. Again, keep in the back of your mind, this is somebody that you really care about and you love. They need your help for something. Okay, thank you. So we have two number 8s here. This is about progress. So we have the 8 of Cups. And we also have the 4, which is the Emperor. This is about gaining their balance and possibly gaining yours as well. But divine is okay, thank you. So divine is reminding me that the main card in here for this week is restriction. You have to be mindful in yourself this week that this person who is coming towards you isn't an energy vampire. This isn't a person that you are going to give too much of yourself. How do I put this? So you give enough of yourself, but do not put you second. Because this person is going to, if you enable them, take too much of your time. So this is about their progress and their rewards. This is about their progress and rewards. And they're seeking you for information. Oop. Okay, guys, I got to pause. I'm sorry. I think they're here. Yeah, the motion at the front door. I think UPS is here. Let me double check. I hope that's not them. I am so sorry. Hey, Lon? Nico? Hang on, let me check. I got to limp away for 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I just want to make sure it's the UPS guys. You're going to love me in my little sweats and my ugly outfit. Hang on, 2 seconds. I think it's my daughter, but let me double check. Is somebody here? Okay. I have some help helping me like keep the house clean and my daughter and stuff while I get through this stupid process. So I apologize, guys. I've never had that done before. I don't like disrupting the energies, but I also don't want to miss that UPS guy. That was a lot of money that lady paid for. So again, don't let this person be an energy vampire. Don't let them suck you dry. This is going to be a huge thing for you. This is where your restrictions are going to come in, where you're going to have to learn how to say no. And again, you have to pay attention to your words and your thoughts. Okay, because this is where your balance comes important. All right. And that is really, really key for you because this is all about the planets and the full moons too. All right. Yeah. I can't make this stuff up. Number 6 of Pentacles, give and take. It's got to be a give and take, equal give and take. As soon as you notice that this is more of a take, and they are not learning or growing, that's the time that you step away, back away, because that's when they become an energy vampire. That's when they're using you rather than learning from you. And that's your restriction for the week. And that's where your balance is going to come in. Can you guys do it? This is sort of like with coaching, you know, this is what I have to do is say, you know what, I can't help you because unfortunately you don't want to do the work. And they're like, oh, no, I really do. No, well, actions speak louder than words. Pay attention to whoever this is coming into your circle. Because, and the reason why I say that, because is you care for this person. You either love this person, it's a partner, or somebody that you really, really care about, and it's going to be harder to see. because you do care for them, and you're going to try to give them the benefit of the doubt, and you can't, because then it enables their growth and their balance and your balance, and then it begins to affect you, people around you, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So we have the Nine of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Yay! I love the Ten of Pentacles. And then we have the Star in reverse. This is where the balance is. You really have to be careful. So the Nine of Swords, again, is about it's going to start rocking your world, that you're thinking about it too much. When it does, then you need to back it out. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So you have a choice. If you give and take, if it's a good thing and you really watch everything that you goes, the Ten of Pentacles is about rewards and everything. This is about the number 8, getting our progress. We got so many number 8s here, getting our progress, getting our rewards. We have the number 4, growing stability, growing balance. We have 21, we have 3, acknowledging everything that you're doing, paying attention really closely and saying, yes, I'm doing my best. I'm doing how I'm supposed to be doing. This is where it's supposed to come from, because the star came in reverse. So we don't want that balance to be thrown off. We want to keep that balance. So really, really pay attention to the details this week of whoever this person is that's coming in around you, that is maybe asking for your advice. Make sure that your advice is spiritual. Ask the divine while they're asking you. Just say, divine, help me, give me the answer to hear what this person. Divine may say nothing, then that means you say nothing. So you know what? I don't know. You need to ask the divine about that. Or maybe they just are struggling with something and they're asking you, but make sure that your information comes from divine. The wisdom comes from divine, because somebody's going to come and ask you. I don't know who this is. Yeah. They're not quite sure. They're starting to figure it out, but they're not quite sure, because the talisman, these 3 oracles I'm picking are for the planets and the moon. Again, we're talking about balance. We're talking about energy and balance. This is the talisman. The talisman is about knowing the way to go, finding the way to go, sort of gone through all the valleys and the mountains and done all this kind of stuff. And now the path is getting straight. You got to be careful, because some people want a detour. Now, whether that detour to throw you off, distract you, it might be for you, or they might be trying to distract you, or you want to make sure that everything that you're doing is not a distraction to them so they can keep on their journey. So find out what the journey is that they want to be on. A lot of people don't even know what their journey is. So this is really key. Yeah. Their journey. What is their journey? What is the journey? That's a number 3. Acknowledging again. 9. And then another number 4. Another number 4 for stability and balance again. These are the planets. I can't make that up. Yeah. So somebody is going through something. They do need help. They do need assistance. They just advice, or some guidance in some way. Maybe like it's a big brother, a big sister trying to ask some questions. Maybe somebody passed on and they just don't know how to take care or do the stuff that they need to do for whoever passed on, and maybe they need guidance and help on that. But again, I keep coming back to this card. Be mindful of the details, and know your boundaries that are healthy, that are within your limits. Do not ever go above and beyond your limits to helping somebody else, because then it affects you, your family, and everything else. But this is all about your healthy boundaries as well, and your standards of what's going on. But Virgos, this is something coming at you. I feel this energy is coming at you. Now, you may be slightly off balance, and they may be slightly off balance. Just be mindful to ask divine first. Number 1 thing he says, your thoughts, and then your words. So your thoughts, where are they coming from? Are they coming from your head? Are they coming from spirit? Oops. Where are they coming from? And that's the key thing when we're talking with people, is when I talk to people, it's all about spirit first. I don't care if they say, well, you're wacko. I don't care because it works for me. And the divine has blessed me abundantly. And he helps me grow with lots of wisdom. So you know what? They can poo-poo themselves away if that they want to think from the head first. That's, you know, that's somebody coming at me, not talking about you. It is a process. This is a process of learning. This is something that takes time. You know, this is something new. This is something that people want to shy away from. This is something of truth. This is of absolute truth and wisdom from the divine. All right. Oh, shoot. Got it. Nat. All right. You guys, this has been a long reading. I apologize, but I hope it helped. I don't know who this is for, but I do feel like there's a couple energies out here with this reading, especially the one that keeps repeating themselves in bad thoughts and not bad thoughts, but low vibrational thoughts, low energy thoughts. This is a time to really change your process of your thinking to something that is going to lift you up, not bring you down. So for somebody, it's that. And it is a slow process. It does take time for that to happen. It is a give and take. You can't do it alone. This is not something you can do alone. And for these lovers, this is a communication thing with you guys. Go back, and if you're not sure, go back and watch the love video and then the communication videos that I have. Because if you sort of begin at least those videos, you will never fight again. You may have debates, but they're not going to be super heated debates like you would want them to be. It actually comes out and you're all really, you know, you just agree to disagree on certain things. All right. So don't forget, I will probably post the thumbnail on the full moon maybe later today or tomorrow. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit that bell. This is recorded on the 25th before your week. So if you do watch this early, that's what that is about. And don't ever hesitate if you want to pop in, like Star, say hello, ask questions. That is perfectly fine. Give comments, feedback as you go. I love it. And I love seeing my viewers, so do that. Other than that, just don't forget to like any YouTube creators' videos because that actually helps the YouTube people, or however they do it, see that they're being liked, and they lift them up and are allowed to be viewed more. So that really helps all the creators out, not just for me, but for all the creators out there, because I know how hard they work. All right. So we will see you on the 5th if I don't see you on the 28th for the full moon reading. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Be mindful in your boundaries and your standards with this other person, whoever it is coming at you. All right. You're very welcome, Star. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we will see you next time. Take care. Hi, Vicky. Oh, you came in late. You're going to have to rewatch. But thank you for saying hello. Thank you.